Yo, what's up, everybody? Today is the day where you get to learn more about me, the JuJu Smith-Schuster.
I love you, man.
Check it out. We out.
So we got a couple questions right here where you guys get to learn more about me, about my personal life, things I've done on YouTube, my foundation, the story behind my gaming, off season, coming home, basically Long Beach, basically the whole shebang. So we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be super lit. Stories behind the JuJu celebrations, doing the TDs, and also the TD celebration that we came up with. Honestly, we actually won the best celebration this year, doing a happy birthday to me on my birthday in Jacksonville, which is super lit. So we actually got a trophy coming for that. But honestly, coming with the celebrations just on the spot. We always want to do things that are culture, that are going on right now. So obviously, like doing Fortnite dances, TikTok dances, stuff that are trending on TikTok, we go do it on the field, and it just goes viral. And that's one thing I've always said is that, you always want to be what's going on right now in pop culture. And like my teammates always came up with some of the most lit dance. And it was really cool because, I have young guys who are willing to do those things and work it out, which is really awesome. And it was everyone's idea. It wasn't just mine. So going into this, obviously there's some celebrations that I've done in the past and you're gonna hear about them. The JuJu fan, Deontay, was really cool because there's no fans in the stadium. So we wanted to make it seem like there were fans in the stadium by me hopping into the stadium, and it was really cool. The hide and seek was probably a classic one. Snowball fight, such a classic one. In snow, we have a snow game. The chain on the bike symbolizes me losing my bike and it getting stolen, and I put a chain on my bike and locking it up. The pylon clam was really cool because honestly, I'll ask the ref if I can use it as a FaceTime, but he told me no, so we pretty much did the other thing and just laying down. All right, question number 5, 2021 off-season focus. What are you focused on to improve? Some things I'm focused on right now is my physical, my strength, my speed. Mainly, honestly, it's my speed and my strength of just my body. Getting more ripped, getting more lean, and obviously, finding the balance of life between football, family, and just having fun. Being able to do all this stuff on social media, YouTube, and being able to work out still, and still being able to see my family and give them the time of the day is something I'm always all about. So the life of balance is what you need. And of course, Bougie's part of that family. All right, returning home. Who is in your inner circle? Obviously, I'm gonna count my family, my cousins. But for me, right now, it's Chef Sibo, Mike, my photographer, Adam, my personal assistant, Andrew just being around as a good friend, Darren being a good friend, Delvon being a good friend. All those guys I can count on my inner circle because they're constantly around me all day, every day. So I definitely don't count them out. What does your family mean to me? My family means a lot. Honestly, without them, I don't think I'll be where I'm at today. They inspire me to be who I am and to give back as much as possible to the people, especially my family. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. What do you admire about your mom? One thing I admire about my mom is that she's her own personal business. She does work for me, but at the same time, she does work for herself. And she's creating a she, her, me brand of, woman of empowerment, which is really cool. So if you guys want to check that out, her Instagram, she, her, me, it's really cool. You guys can check that out. And I admire that she's, making a voice for women to speak up and talk. What do you admire about your dad? With my dad, he's a guy who's just very quiet. He's still hardworking to this day. Even though I've taken care of them, he still works to this day to give back, to his family. And, very quiet, but, whenever he did speak, it was something serious because, he rarely ever spoke. So it's really cool, man. Love them to death. How would you describe your high school years? I'm gonna say easy, fun, super lit. Being a star at a powerful high school is something that's very, very hard to do. Just because it's tough, it's tough. And you go to high school like that, it's really tough because everyone's so good. But being a guy that who made a name for himself at Long Beach Poly is really cool. But I loved it. It was so much fun. I enjoyed myself. We were good. We were good every year. We were always competitive. Something that I've always took consideration that we were going to be the best team in the league every year, and we were. Describe my football experience. We won the Pac-12 one year, which is pretty much like the championship. We did that. We had some ups and downs. I remember one thing that happened is that I took a visit to Alabama, and it was like the first playoff game. And our coach said, Riley Laura said, if you're late to practice on Monday, like you're gonna miss first quarter. And I was late to practice. I actually didn't make it, so I actually missed the first quarter. Funny experience because then right when I came back in, like we started winning because we started scoring. Some of the highlights is that playing against St. John Bosco when I caught the ball in the fog. It was the most foggiest game. We had 6,000 people at the game in high school football game. Caught the ball, it was lit, scored, and then I also had the game-winning interception to close the game out to go to the championship and also win the championship, which is really nice. Any of your teammates playing football or other sports? As of right now, there's nobody in my high school class who's playing in any sport or any like professional league that I know of. I'm actually curious about my high school reunion and when that is. Do you feel connected to your high school? Most definitely. You know, I'm always proud to say I'm from Long Beach Poly. A lot of people actually know the school. Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, a lot of great people who's gone there, especially for football and sports. Top 10 places you want to visit in the US: Arizona, Aspen, Colorado, Oregon, definitely LA, obviously. I love LA. Cedar Point in Ohio, Disney World in Florida. I'll also go back to Pittsburgh, it'd be lit. Miami, Vegas, last one. I'll probably do Seattle, to be honest. Even though it rains a lot, I heard it's a beautiful city. The Danny Duncan Show. What do you remember about Danny Duncan's event in Pittsburgh? Honestly, I remember that he told me that he was coming to Pittsburgh. We came out to the most lit song. He was on my shoulder, wearing my jersey. So the event was super lit. How did you and Danny become friends? Actually, it's pretty funny. Me and Danny became friends because he was actually into like me doing content. I was an NFL player and just doing stuff like that and just doing raw footage and stuff like that. And everything was just, you know, we started off just doing YouTube and then next you know, he hit me up like, yo, we should do some content together. So yeah, that's how we met. Now we got some more content coming out. Very soon we'll be working together. What makes Danny so unique and successful? What makes him so unique, honestly, is that he's just himself. Everything he does is not fake. He's actually a smart businessman. He owns a house in LA. He has a house in Florida. He has so much land and property. Everything he does is just raw footage, and he lives life to the fullest. I wish I could do some certain things to his extent, but because of my brand and because of just the media and stuff like that, so gotta keep it very PG. Moving on to the next question. First ever water balloon fight. What do you remember about the water balloon fight? The first water balloon fight I ever threw was in Pittsburgh. It was hard trying to get the land and trying to find space and obviously supply the water. That was the biggest thing. Not only that, but to get, I think we got probably like 2,000 water balloons to throw, and like we have so many buckets. It was so much fun. It was also kind of dangerous, but we had the best time. I think the best moment about that was playing dodgeball and people were playing for money, and people took it so seriously. And like the wall was like the fans around it, so like obviously somebody's gonna get hit. It was insane and wild, but I had a great time. Everything I do in Pittsburgh is actually really nice. So the water balloon fight was very cool. Was Bougie there, and what did he do? Yes, Bougie was there. Bougie was all over the place, having so much fun. He's just enjoying the kids and family, so that was a really cool thing. He was also getting a lot of pictures, and people really wanted his autograph, which I don't know how they did that, but they did. The third question is that we're moving on to the luau. The luau for the JuJu Foundation. What do you remember about that night? All I remember that night is that there's this kid who gave me like $2 because he wanted to donate to the JuJu Foundation to help out the Boys and Girls Club. He pulls out $15. Louis like, yo, JuJu, here's for your foundation. Like stuff like that really touches my heart that really touched my heart. So I remember that night of just going back and telling like, I'm gonna add another $19,000 on top of that from the JuJu Foundation, just because, giving back is what it's all about. And especially these kids in Pittsburgh, being able to give them, the bikes that they wanted, the bikes that they need, and to have a great holiday. So that was really cool to do that. What were some of the highlights of the night? The best highlight of the night was that my teammates were there, my coaches were there. Everybody that was there supporting was so cool. And they had the luau where basically, you get to see these, Polynesian dancers where you see my culture, my background, which is awesome and amazing. How happy was your family to share the culture? My family was so happy. I was happy myself, being able to just give back and show the people where I'm from and how it goes down. It's really cool. So I was super excited to do that in Pittsburgh as a luau. I know Troy did it at some point when he was there, but to bring that back is really cool. Top 5 stadiums I've played in, where I'm ranking them, obviously, Top 5. Number 1 is Arrowhead, Kansas City, super lit, super fun. Crazy experience, honestly. Number 2, I would have to say Mercedes Dome, New Orleans, super fun. Probably the loudest I've played it. Number 3, Cleveland Browns. Insane because the fans are close on you and like the stadium is pretty compact, but it's still open. Number 4, I'm gonna have to go with Baltimore Ravens, just because the rivalry there is insane. Number 5, I'm going to Dallas Cowboys because the stadium is like OD super nice. It's probably one of the nicest I've ever played in. And then obviously overall the best stadium to play in is Pittsburgh. So yo, if you guys like this video, if you guys want more questions, leave the questions in the comments down below. Let me know on Twitter or Instagram, whatever. I'll find it. But I'll make more videos like this if you guys want to get to know me. And it's super lit. Thanks for subscribing. Tell a friend, tell everybody else. We out.